Hey guys, Sarah Bravo here, lead agent of Team Bravo, St. Louis's real estate home team powered by Coldwell Banker Gundaker. If you're watching this video, you must be in the preliminary stages of deciding to sell your house. In the decades-long period that I have been a licensed real estate agent, I come across a lot of home sellers and I get asked pretty much the basic same questions. And what I have found is usually the questions that you ask don't necessarily get the answer that you're looking for. So keep watching because I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on what to ask your real estate agent in order to ensure you're hiring the right person for the job of getting your house sold. So my very first tip that I'm going to give you, which is a very common question that I get asked, which is, how long have you been in real estate? Or how long have you been a licensed agent? While normally that sounds like a very great question just because it's going to give you an answer to maybe help dictate experience. Real estate is a little bit different can of worms because years licensed doesn't necessarily equate to experience that goes with that same time frame. Give you a great example. There's an agent in our office currently. He's been licensed for I think 30 years. In the decade that I've been a real estate agent, I don't think that he's even sold one house. So while we've been licensed for 30 years and that sounds amazing, as a home seller wanting to hire somebody that's going to really take great care of them, having somebody that hasn't sold a home in 10 years probably isn't the candidate that you're looking for. On the other hand, maybe you want to take that same question and rather than ask how many years you've been in the real estate business or how many years you've been licensed, maybe ask specifically, in the past 12 to 24 months, how many homes have you successfully closed and sold in that time frame? That's going to give you a whole lot more information about that particular agent and their experience level because according to the National Association of Realtors, the average agent actually only sells 5 houses a year. So if you take someone like myself who is in the last 12 months right at just under 100, but for easy math, let's say 100, if you took that divided by 5, I have 20 years experience in real estate. So do you see the difference in the question that you ask to get the answer that you're really looking for? So tip number 2, a lot of times people ask, of course, which is a very respected question, but that is, what's your commission? What's your fee? How much is this going to cost me to hire you? And I understand why you ask that question, but what I have found is that most sellers really aren't as concerned with how much is going into my pocket, because at the end of the day, what you really care about is after realtor commissions or marketing fees and expenses, whatever you want to call it, after all of the deductions are made, at the end of your settlement statement, it's going to show you exactly what you're going to walk away with. I think the real question that you're trying to get to when you ask what's your commission really should be, what am I as the seller going to net in my pocket after all expenses have been paid? And to be frank with you, if the agent's able to show you the comps, show you the value, they should be able to then show you exactly what you're going to walk away with, your net price dollar in your pocket. So make that little switch. Rather than asking how much commission, instead ask how much are you going to net when everything is said and done. That's point number 2. Number 3, this is another interesting one because while the question makes sense, I get asked a lot, how many homes specifically in my neighborhood have you actually sold? Which would make sense. The problem is the most likely candidate or buyer for your house isn't going to be your next door neighbor. So what you really want to know from that agent is, how much of a reach do you have online? What type of social media presence do you have? What type of internet marketing do you really do? And the reason that's so important is 94% of consumers start their home search online. So the fact that as a real estate agent, I may not have sold a house in your subdivision, that doesn't necessarily equal I don't know your area or your neighborhood. So tweak that question and get the answer that's going to really serve you better when everything's said and done in making this decision. Okay, and the last point I'm going to give you, this is really important. A lot of times sellers will ask me, what's my opinion of the value of their house? Well, again, that's an important question, but I'm going to tell you to tweak it just a little bit more because you want to get a specific answer. My opinion of the value of your house, to be frank with you, isn't a fair question because I work on commission. I only get paid if I were to sell your house. So in my mind, your house is worth $1 million, period. Realistically, obviously that's not always the case. So what you really want to be asking is, what does the data show? What do the comparable sales show that my house is worth? This way, we're not taking my opinion, we're taking the marketplace, the numbers, the data in order to make an educated decision on value. So we take your opinion out of the equation, take my opinion out of the equation, and look strictly at the overall area, neighborhood, in order to give a true value of what your house should be listed for. So hopefully you'll take that information and it's going to help you in the process of interviewing the right agent and hiring the right agent that's going to help you get your house sold. For more information and more tips like this, you could obviously subscribe to our YouTube channel, and that is Team Bravo. You can follow us on Instagram. Our handle is Team Bravo Home. Like us on Facebook, Team Bravo Home, St. Louis's real estate home team. And of course, if you do have any questions about the process, you're more than welcome to reach out. My name's Sarah Bravo. You can contact me at Sarah, S-A-R-A-H, at teambravohome.com, or call or shoot me a text at 636-328-3849. Thanks so much. Appreciate your time.